Guys, let's be in the B-reel.
B-reel moment.
What should I... Okay, I'm gonna... Oh.
And we're rolling.
Sorry.
Could be a long night.
No, it's not. What's up, everyone? Welcome. Today, I am joined by some of the cast of First Edition. We have Abby and Fernando, which you will recognize if you've seen First Edition. Now, so much took place throughout the entire show, which many of you guys saw from First Edition, but there was so much that happened off camera that we want to talk about, and we're definitely going to dive into some of that in a little bit. But first, let's start and get to know you guys just a little bit more. Abby, we got to know you quite a lot from the show. Fernando, we didn't really see as much of you, but do you want to tell everyone what you did during the show?
I was the stage manager, so everything that was on the side of the stage and bringing it all to Brandon to perform, I was doing that, and it was an amazing experience as we're going to talk about today.
And then Abby?
I was the production manager, helping everything stay on task and run smoothly, and calling the show during the show from front of house at the top of the stage.
If you haven't already, make sure to check out the show. There's a lot that takes place, and there's gonna be a lot of spoilers, so definitely check it out before watching this. But I want to just jump into it and talk about the hurricane. Like, what a freaking roadblock that was that we had to deal with going into this. Abby, we talked a little bit on the phone, and what was your perspective going into it? Like, what did you think? I was under the impression that this whole thing was just gonna be canceled, so...
There was always that potential of being canceled, but I really wasn't worried too much about being canceled. I was more worried about being delayed because everybody's schedule lined up for that particular day, and if it were going to be canceled or rescheduled, then we'd have to, in my mind, basically start over with rescheduling everything, rebooking everything, making sure that we had the crew that we needed, and if that crew member wasn't available for that rescheduled day, then we'd need to find someone else. Mm-hmm. So that was more of my worry.
I think that it brought a lot of the live aspect of it because we see in the show that we were preparing, we had so much time to see and organize, but then when we were near the hurricane, we were like, okay, this is happening, we need to get in a hurry, we need to start doing things, and the hurricane happened. Yeah. So it was really that live feeling of the show. It was,
and we were so close. Like, it was literally like, it was
what, a week or two
before?
It
was like not even, I think it was a week. Yeah. One thing I think a lot of people didn't realize is that, like, the whole show was basically rehearsed in a parking lot. Like, we were having to, like, we weren't inside, we weren't in some fancy thing, we were literally just in a parking lot, and there was like rain we were having to deal with. And I was gonna ask you guys, because I feel like it's not every day that like someone comes up to you and asks like, hey, can you put me in a straitjacket and I'm gonna try to escape from it? So like, was this ever like a weird thing, like a weird show to be a part of for you guys?
It's kind of weird, but that's this industry. We get used to the weird.
I don't think it was weird. I mean, it was weird, but it was a good weird. It was a good weird.
Okay,
you know?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sometimes I'm just like, people probably think I'm crazy because like I'm doing these like insane things.
There were times that I was pulling and I'm like, this is too tight. This is too tight on him. I'm really pressing on him, and then seeing you doing that live and performing, it was all that mix of the performance, the show, and the fear that we had of using that part, that trick in that. There was a moment that I thought you were stuck. Because like, you were legitimately pulling and I was seeing your head turning red, and I was like, is there a sign for me to help him? And I would go and stop him, but I don't know, out of it, you pull it out. But still, I got scared.
I managed to make it happen, I guess,
So now that we're finished with part one of your magic live shows, how do you feel? What was your favorite part?
Honestly, the coolest part for me, I think, was like when we posted the photo and everything, and like seeing it all come together like that. I really didn't know how people were gonna respond to it. So I was like, are people gonna be like, what is this? But we sold tickets and everything, and that was a part where I was really scared. Like, are people gonna buy tickets to this show? Like, I've never done something like this before, so that was a really new thing for me. So I would probably say that like the nervousness and the excitement of seeing people buy tickets was probably like the coolest part for me. Did you have a favorite moment?
For me, it's like the show itself. because there was a long time that I didn't have contact with magic. So seeing it again and being there right by you on stage is like almost reconnecting to me when I was a kid. And seeing magic live, and I still don't understand how it goes, and I still get like marveled by how it happens.
Yeah.
But for me, the main thing is like seeing you. Because we worked with you, we rehearsed, and in the day of the show we were still talking, and when you got on the stage, it seemed like everything flipped. And it was you on the stage, the performer. So that, let's say, that transformation and you performing in front of the people, that was amazing for me.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite.
Oh, that's so cool, because I feel like that's like the whole reason why I do it. Like I want people to be able to feel like it's like a different world, and like, yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. What about you, Abby?
I mean, similar to Fernando, he's, growing up with that wide-eyed, like, amazement of illusion and magic and everything it just brought it back, and it gave me a new perspective of what goes on behind the scenes. And I mean, honestly, my favorite part was just watching it from the bird's eye view up on stage.
Yeah, and, you got the audience perspective and everything.
Yeah. So I kind of got to sit behind the audience and kind of see the show from that point of view. So that was really cool for me.
As we were talking about like being on stage, there was something that you posted on Instagram like the day after the show that I really like to know better. You wrote that last year, my second grade teacher, Miss Dallenbach, asked if I have ever considered doing a live performance, and at that time, it seemed so intimidating. I vividly remember her telling me back then she couldn't wait to come to one of my shows as a professional. So last night was truly a full circle moment. And we kind of see that because as the show ends, you two talking and embracing and taking the picture, but we don't see all of this that you're talking about on Instagram. So I'd like to know more about that.
Yeah, I really didn't talk about it at all, but she was like the whole reason why I started writing the show in the first place. She had reached out to me about a year before the show, and she asked if I did any live performances because we had been keeping in contact and everything. And she was telling me how much she wanted to see me live, and so I kind of started writing the show and everything. But it's actually funny because there was a moment in second grade where I was like having a rough day or whatever, and she pulled me aside and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see your show live one day, and I'm gonna sit front row, and I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be like, I was your second grade teacher. And for that day to come and it be a full circle moment like that, like it truly was so special to see her there and everything. So yeah, it was really cool. So I wanted to wrap up by answering one final question that I've gotten so many times. Like if I had a freaking dollar for every time somebody asked me this question of when the next show is.
Yeah.
Brendan. We want to know.
Oh, I have no idea. That's the simple answer. That is literally the simple answer.
We want to work at it.
I'll be completely honest, this is not the last show. I want to do so many more shows after this, but I mean, as everyone saw, like how much planning and work and everything goes into the development of the show. It was like, and even like watching it back, like I feel like it still looks so effortless. It all just kind of comes together. But it was like there were moments of so much stress trying to get it together and everything. But yeah, definitely not the last. But who knows? Maybe there'll be something in the works. Maybe I'm already working on something. Who knows? So
well, you have my number. So
sincerely, I just want to congratulate you for the bravery of doing that, of going out there and doing your first show, crew, performance, and everything, all on you, and you did it.
Yeah.
So for the next one, like it's not your first trip. So
yeah,
this
we're
October,
here for it.
Right?
Coming this October.
Second edition.
I don't know. Yet again, like we didn't at this point last year, I didn't know I was doing the show, so who knows what's gonna come about in October.
Exactly.
But
let's check the hurricanes.
Let's make it an annual show.
Let's work it around the hurricanes next time.
Yeah.
When we first met, I literally said that this was going to be like a trial run for the first. Like I just wanted to see if I could do this, and we did it. So the first step is done. So we're ready to keep moving. We're going on tour. So
absolutely.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching us talk. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing some of these untold stories from first edition and everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed first edition. If you haven't watched it, What are you doing? Go watch it.
Go watch it.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. There's so many exciting moments that happen during that show. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thanks for helping on the show.
Thanks for having
For the
us.
opportunity. Yeah.
I'm so
We
glad that
enjoyed
we did
immensely.
this. We became so close. It was like a little
did.
family.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you on the next one.
Second edition.
Second edition? Oh, goodness.